anything?
So Rondo was the one that really made me do a lot of the stuff, and then ever since he left, it's kind of chilled out a little bit. I mean, I have my daily stuff I do, get towels and stuff like that, but it's nothing crazy. I don't never complain.
What did Rondo make you do? I'm very curious.
Just go get him stuff, just whatever he needed. I basically would, basically his right hand man, and whatever he needed, I go get.
But you don't have a car here, right?
I don't.
So you'd have to get into Ubers and stuff to go get run
to go
run errands.
We were on the road.
Okay.
Like when we landed somewhere, I had to go get candle, just random stuff.
You know you can find equipment.
Yeah, at some point.
But then he has to drive it.
Yeah, save some money.
What sense of candle does Rondo like?
Oh, some vanilla or like. Honestly, I don't think it really mattered. I think you just want to maybe go do something.
The last time you guys played each other was Reggie made the spin move you scored last night. He makes the move, you blocked the shot. Any correlation there? And you get back and he just like, I didn't just make better defense because he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good player. And I mean, people score on people all the time. So it was, I mean, it's nothing I don't think about whatever happened in the past, whatever been said. I really just stay in the moment and try to do what it takes to help our team be successful.
A lot of these guys have talked about picking up the energy. A lot of them done this, after All-Star break before as a first-year guy. Are you sensing that when you walk in the gym, for example? Is there something changed about the energy since All-Star break for this team?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like our energy the week before All-Star break was really good. We had a couple good practices, and then the Golden State game that we lost, unfortunately. But I felt like that whole game we played well. It was in the game, good energy. And then Utah, right? Yeah, Utah was the same way. We got a good win there going into the break. So, yeah, I mean, everybody's come back with a good attitude, really just to make a push out these last 24 games.
So what's it like going from being a guy probably who would spend 80% of your time on the practice floor as like a player to this date to maybe that having number be flipped and where you play games all the time and almost never practice? How different is that?
It's definitely different, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of basketball games. I mean, 82 is a lot. It's definitely way more than I've ever played in a year. So you gotta pick and choose your times where you can get on the court and go live and do things like that. But other than that, it's really just getting to the gym early, putting in like individual work, and really just trying to improve your game by not having a lot of strain on your body.
I was going to ask how physically, what's it been like to like push yourself this way?
It's been fun. Before break I was probably 2 or 3 weeks before break. I was pretty fatigued, and I felt myself kind of slowing down. So it's definitely good to get the break, and then come back with everything fresh and like I said, ready to make a push.
Do you feel like established in the sense where it's like you can start like kind of looking? I mean, I know you're very focused in the moment, but like, can you sort of look into the future and kind of see yourself part of, beyond this season with this team? And do you feel like you kind of reached that point where it's not like, when you were on the two-way or when you were first given the contract where it's, you're on the edge of the league, I guess?
Yeah, for sure. But like I've said, I mean, I like to stay in the moment. I definitely think about playing many years in the NBA, hopefully here, with the way that they've embraced me and gave me the opportunity. So I definitely think about it in that aspect, but at the end of the day, you can't really control that right now. You really just control what you're doing right now.
All right, we'll go to the 3 on Zoom. We'll do Trudell, Dave, and then Alan. But Trudell, start us off.
Hey, Austin, just wondered how the physicality of the league has evolved for you, and if there was a certain point, either early in the season or even now, where you got used to that and your body and the other athletes and all that, and have you kind of developed there and hit a point now where you know what to expect and you know how to recover physically, and if that's different from last year in college?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, early in the year, the length and the size that these guys are able to move really was the main thing for me that I struggled with. But getting to this point, you kind of get a rhythm, kind of get a flow and a feel for that type of basketball, and you really just got to, settle down and figure out what you can do to be successful. Pick and choose situations to your advantage that'll help you.
Go ahead, Dave.
Austin, you had that block on Reggie Jackson in the third quarter, and then kind of dove on the ball, on the floor for the loose ball, and Crypto.com Arena went absolutely insane. What's that moment like for you, recognizing that you can have that type of influence on the energy of the game, and then just that receiving that type of adulation from the fan base when, like, literally, like LeBron James had a dunk last night, and the crowd doesn't have the same type of reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it's those are hustle plays that I feel like get everybody involved, the crowd as well, their teammates as well. It really just gives a different energy flowing through the team and the crowd that you need. They were down 10 at half, and then coming out in the third, we started off kind of slow, but defensively we was really locked in, and we was doing a lot of things defensively really well. So really just trying to compete and do whatever it took.
All right, the last question with Alan.
Hey, Austin, I'm just curious, as the season has progressed, have you noticed teams, specific players kind of change their strategy against you, that maybe they're trying to attack you less on screens or switches or things on? Have you kind of noticed things change as the season's progressed for you and you've got more opportunities?
You talking about defensively?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people still try to target me a fair share of times, but I will say it's changed a little bit since the first of the year. But I mean, at the end of the day, they do what they do, and the only thing I can control is what I do.
All right. Thanks, Austin.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, everybody.